You're listening to The Last Straw, the show about reclamation, reinvention, and momentum, hosted by executive leadership and reinvention strategist, Christy Straw.
Welcome back to The Last Straw, your favorite new podcast. You really should share it with everybody, okay? Because I think right now we have 7 followers and we need to have 77 by the end of the week. So I have a goal. Let's make it happen. And I also have Jody in here with me today. Hello, Jody.
Hello.
Hello. Jody came in from Raleigh, also attended our Pinnacle dinner last night, our big annual event. But you've also attended a smaller Pinnacle dinner in Raleigh with me in the past.
It was so fantastic.
And that's how I met you.
Yep.
Right?
That is how we met.
We met through a mutual friend. She helped me launch a Pinnacle dinner in Raleigh. Our former guest, Tristan, did that with us. And so I'm so excited to talk to you because when we met at that dinner, I was fascinated by your story. Y'all, Jody gave the big fat middle finger to big tech at the age of 45 and said, this ain't what I want for my life, and I'm going to become a real estate agent. So how about that, okay? So you're 3 years in, and I'm just dying to know, where are you and how are you feeling today?
So I could not be happier doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
And I wake up every day so excited to do real estate. The only bad thing about real estate is that real estate agents have a pretty bad reputation.
They do sort of have a reputation. And I feel you because my former life, I was a financial advisor. Same thing. When people were like, what do you do? And then I start calling it a wealth advisor. And then it was a private wealth, whatever the hell I could call it. So people didn't have their eyes glaze over and think that I was a shark. Right? Is that what you experience? Or tell me more about specifically what is the bad rap?
I think the bad rap is, well, a lot of real estate agents practice it kind of as a side hustle or part-time.
Yes.
But I'm a full-time. I lean in. I really get to know my clients. It's so critical to really get to the heart of what it is that they're looking for and what they want to achieve, 5 steps down the line. This isn't just one home. It could result in many, many. But anyways, I really wanted to become the real estate agent that I never had. When my husband and I were leaving New York and coming down to Raleigh, we had an okay agent. And then we had another okay agent and another okay agent. And the value was never there. I always felt like I was steps ahead of them in my search. And I was always looking for someone to be ahead of me and guiding me and bringing opportunity to me. And that was just never the case. So I have really made it a point to be that person. So I spend the time up front really getting to know my clients.
Yeah. And so I had assumed that you mostly only served luxury clients. And we were all giggling about this at the Pinnacle dinner because you just come across as somebody who has it very much put together. Luxury clients would be your name. And then you told me today, you're like, yeah, I do that and that's great. But we help everybody, right? So you're saying you're a curator, right, of their sanctuary, their ultimate space that they're going to be in, which is really different than being a side hustle real estate agent.
Absolutely.
And I have another question because everybody loves to watch these reality TV shows, Selling Sunset, all the things. There's the bro who created the thing, the real estate firm. What's your take on this?
So every once in a while, I just finished, Tristan and I were actually talking about this on the car ride down.
Yes.
Every once in a while, you hear a tiny bit of actual real estate speak in what's the Oppenheimer group that's Selling Sunset?
Yes.
Yeah. Every once in a while, one of the brothers will talk about actual real estate. And you're like, oh, okay. Other than the drama.
Yes.
But that's really it. It's just the drama and the cattiness, but it's very true.
Yes.
It is.
Wow.
That cattiness is there because it's a female-dominated industry.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Well, we know that feels a little like my sorority days. Yeah. Is that what it's experienced like?
It does. In my first 2 years, I was in that, environment because I left corporate America to get out of, people asking me why I was, challenging me on why I was so emotional. I'm like,
wait, wait, now, hold on, because we call bullshit around here. What does so emotional look like?
Having emotion.
I'm
Crying.
sorry.
How dare you ever cry?
Oh my gosh.
Especially during COVID, when you're coaching 16 human beings that have no idea where to find X, Y, or, so yeah.
Well, how dare you have empathy in big tech? Jody, right? How dare you have empathy in
Jody,
big
you
tech?
need to take this emotional intelligence training. And I was like,
Listen, who was your boss? Because I'm mailing this fucking book right on over there.
we don't want to talk about that.
I'm just
We don't
kidding.
wanna
We
talk
really
about
don't want
where
to talk
he
about
is.
it. We don't. Okay, we won't talk about that. But here's what we will talk about. What you experience when you go into real estate events and when you go into, your type of networking events. What you experience versus maybe what you experienced last night. And I'm not baiting you because I really don't know the difference. And you're educating me as much as our audience right now. Tell me more about that.
So it's interesting. I actually tend to avoid a lot of those.
Okay.
Last night there was one. They called
Yes.
it the Oscars of real estate.
Oh,
but I chose to attend your event last night for a very good reason because I knew that it would be a really positive experience, like with women supporting women. Because that's women can be really, really mean to each other.
Yes.
We've all experienced that.
Of course. And I've been the one that has been mean before. In true transparency, it has been many, many years. But that was actually the reason I began my executive coaching journey 8 years ago anyways, is I did not like how I was showing up in spaces where I felt threatened. And I noticed that I had calm and composure and kindness and compassion when things were going my way, but not when they weren't. And so I noticed that when everything wasn't moving along smoothly on my little apple cart, these tendencies really started to show up and come out. And I would lash out at people, or I would say something passive aggressive, or just something very aggressive. And I really hated this about myself. And I was like, I think I got to call BS on my own self, that you're not healed. You haven't done the work. You haven't done any of that until you can maintain that composure and that kindness and compassion for yourself and for others, even in times of distress.
Yeah.
I love that. We had a whole moment right there. Did y'all feel that? So last night, you show your ass up at the Pinnacle dinner.
Yes.
You're like, I don't even know this lady very much. We've shared one meal. We had a great connection, though. That's why she's here now. And all of these people are stepping into really big next chapters. And so what's that look like for you?
So we're in this kind of trifecta of change, my family and I right now. It's
Okay.
funny, we just switched my kids' schools. My son
That's
is
a big
in middle
one.
school. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
really big change. And I decided to change firms.
Yes.
So 2 years in, I've had a great success, right?
Didn't
right
you
out
win
of
an
the gate.
award?
I don't know if I actually won that because last night was the Oscars
Okay.
of real estate. So I don't know
Wait,
if
you
I
came
actually,
to my thing instead of going to your thing?
Yeah.
Wait, we get to ding the gong for that. That's an extra donging.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I hope you won. I'm so flustered.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So you're not sure yet, but what you're building is toward what?
I am, we all have monetary goals,
Yes.
but ultimately it's just I'm trying to get to a place where I'm not dependent on, a specific lead source.
Yes.
Like a Zillow or a Realtor.com. I want things to feel natural. I want people to want to work with me because I really can help them.
Yes.
I know a thing or two about buying and selling homes. Yeah.
You really do. And one thing that I loved when I was getting to know you better was just your process of talking to people through the buying process, right? A lot of surface level questions I think we've all gotten from realtors. Well, how many bedrooms, how many baths, are you willing to do your budget, blah, blah, blah. We already know what they're going to say.
Yep.
But you surprised me when you said, I'm a curator of sanctuaries. So tell me a little bit more about that.
So the first step is really getting people in the door and getting buyers, especially first-time home buyers, comfortable with going out and home searching. Because they're like, oh, I don't want to waste your time. I'm like, it's not a waste of my time. This is how I learn.
I will 100% tell you I have said that to realtors.
Yeah, this is how I find you your home. And then that's when we get to decide, do we want to dance? Are we going to date? Are we going to get married? Are we really going to do this thing?
Yeah.
And it's not until we are face-to-face, belly-to-belly, whatever they call it in sales.
Not belly to belly. We don't call it that in sales. Belly to belly.
Awful.
Although if I would have called it belly to belly, I probably would have had more assets under management when I was a wealth advisor. Shout out to US Bank. Aren't you glad I didn't call it belly to belly? Anyway, go ahead.
Anywho, so when I finally do get a client, in the door and start showing them, I could ask them, well, what do you think about the floor plan? It's like, no, tell me about how you want to live in the home. Tell me how you entertain.
Yes,
Okay?
the entertaining.
So when you have people over, how many people do you typically have over? Is it just a couple, or is it a couple and their kids? Do you have 20 people over? And that's when they really start to open up.
Yes.
Is understanding their lifestyle, how long do you want to live in this house? Is it a 5-year house? Well, I don't know. I mean, we've never bought a house before. I'm like, do you and that's where I really get to start asking a lot of really good questions and identify, does it make sense for them to think about this as a 5-year home? Like how much equity could they get out of this in a 5-year period?
Yeah.
And then I can guide them appropriately.
I
but
love
if they're
it.
like, I want to age in place and I never want to move again, well, that's a very different
Man,
conversation.
that stressed me out. That isn't even me, and that made me stressed
what's
out.
the appreciation rate in that
Yes.
particular area or in
Yes.
that subdivision? Like
Yes.
those are all the things that automatically start going through my brain. With every answer, it's a calculation.
Yes.
Right? For me, it
I
just
love that.
keeps on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and what I love is you kind of always keep the outcome in your mind and then the ultimate goal of how that impacts their profitability and frankly, their asset allocation down the road, right? Is this going to be something that grows and can be a part of your portfolio? Or is this something that you're just trying to test out and you're really not worried about any sort of implication? Yeah. I love it so much because I really didn't get asked questions like that. I had the same realtor. She was great, loved her the whole time we were in Kansas City, but I really didn't get asked those next level type of luxury real estate questions. I'm calling you a luxury real estate agent. Y'all see that? I don't care what she says she is. These type of questions is a luxury real estate agent. That's what I'm saying. All right. So listen, I want to know from you, what can you glean? You're a new business owner now, again, right? You're starting your own thing again at a new firm and doing your own thing.
Now I'm a principal broker. I'm out on my own.
Okay. This woman is a principal broker and on her own. So what she really meant to say earlier, again, our little good girl conditioning, dimming her shine here. She said, oh, I recently joined a new firm. What she meant to say was, I started my own firm. Is this correct?
I joined so you hang your license at a firm.
Okay.
Right? So every real estate agent has to decide what firm do I want, like the brand.
Yes.
And so I joined Compass.
Okay.
Because Compass is viewed as a luxury brand.
Yes. Okay.
And they're very
luxury.
Tech. It's all about the technology. So all the money, all the commission split that I give to them goes right back into our incredible technology.
Excellent.
And that technology betters it improves the process for our clients.
Yeah.
And what I love about Compass is that they are all about the client. That's that every time you ask a question, the first response is, well, is that the best thing for the client?
Yes.
Versus the previous firm that I was with, I think they got their calculator out every time I asked a question.
Sure.
And
Like
it was
how much
tap,
is
tap,
this going to cost and how much does this drain our revenue and all the good things.
Yep.
Well, and I mean, Tristan said something similar in our previous episode, right? It's the customer experience from start to finish. It is absolutely what are they getting from start to finish. And so here's my question for you. We do this ribbon of reckoning on every single episode, and you've really been through it, right? Like you started over at 45, you left tech, you moved on into real estate. You were kick-ass broker in the first 2 years. Didn't even know she won her Oscar Real Estate Award yet because she's here. Okay. So seriously, I want to know, like you've experienced some stuff and we really bonded at that first Pinnacle dinner over, your experience of being too emotional by literally just having an emotion at all. And so I'm curious, we shall ring the gong. Do we ding it? Do we ring it? What do we do? Bang it. We're going to bang it.
We're going to gong it. Yeah.
No, we're going to do it again. And y'all don't edit that out because that's totally me. Tell me, girl, what is your ribbon of reckoning moment?
My ribbon of reckoning is I realized that staying in the wrong career was riskier than just starting over and doing exactly what I wanted to do.
And that, my friends, is the last straw. This has been another episode of the Last Straw podcast. Let's tell the truth and build something better from it.